All right. I watched a little basketball over the weekend, and now that West Virginia's out, I will not be watching anymore. But in honor of March Madness, there were 3 double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16. Number 1, Illinois, lost to number 8, Loyola, yada, yada. Biggest upsets of the 2020 NFL season in honor of March Madness. Chris, you've got the trivia question.
Don't they look at the people who seeded the tournament after a day, the weekend like this, and go, maybe we didn't seed things the right way? Maybe it's not the right. Maybe we don't know what the hell's going on
this
either.
Year they didn't. They never know.
Right. Well, knows. Usually they know with the number 1 and number 2 seed. This year it was I don't think you do know actually. Okay, so this is, let's say, Johnny, West Virginia. All right, let's see if you're a true one. West Virginia has reached the NCAA tournament final once. It was back in 1959. Back in your day,
lost to Cal.
Where they
lost
used to walk for a mile to get some milk.
Born.
Despite losing the championship, what Mountaineer was named the tournament MVP?
Lost to Cal by a point.
Right.
I know that. I assume it's Jerry West.
Well, I mean, of course,
Jerry West.
You should assume it. I mean, it's can we give, are we serious with these questions with him? Testing him with what? What color is blue again? That's what we're doing. Damn. I mean, you got, all right, go ahead, Florio.
All right, plenty of upsets from last year to choose from. I got to start with the game that really stunned me more than anyone, and it was the New York Jets. Just a week, right, after having their victory snatched away. Wait,
yeah,
was
2 weeks. It was 2 weeks after.
Yeah, they got the victory. They got the victory. They had their
They were going to beat the Raiders, and they let up the Hail Mary. Then they got killed by the Seahawks.
I was trying to find a way.
Right.
I was trying to find a way to blame that on Gruden.
Right.
No, the Jets actually lost that game.
Yeah.
But then when we had written them off and they were closing in on going 0-16, they somehow beat the LA Rams.
Right.
That was the upset of the year.
Yeah, 23-20, right? Their defense smothered. And
it was the Rams. It wasn't some. They made it to the playoffs.
No,
they made it to the final 8.
I feel like
Rams.
that was the game where I think was the official whammy to the Jared Goff era in the Rams. I feel like that was the game where it was a little okay, that enough is enough. Are you kidding me? And that was I feel like the changing of the narrative from there on. I think that was the shocker of the year. I think it's hard not to pick that one. All right. My next one, I think, is the 11-0 Steelers. Being upset on what night was that? I forget. A Monday night, or is that it was an early Monday game? That game, either way, late in the year, 11-0 Steelers.
Tuesday. It was
a Tuesday against a Washington football team who we were going, the defense is pretty good, but they're not going to be able to beat the Steelers, and they just kept hanging around, had the goal line stand. Alex Smith got hot. And really, the Steelers were never the same after that game. It was it was season changer for them. Kind of everybody it took them off the pedal stool and knocked them down to where everybody thought, wait, we can beat these guys. So that to me was probably the second biggest shocker of the year.
Yeah, there were several on my list involving the Steelers, but that was the first one where finally, after weeks of teetering, they did get knocked off the pedal stool. I got to go Giants Seahawks. I got plenty of others, but Giants Seahawks. I'm just trying to remember the reaction where we're like, what? Are you kidding me? The Giants went to Seattle and beat this Seahawks team.
With Colt McCoy.
Daniel Jones not even playing in that game, and they made Russell Wilson look ordinary, and that may be one of the games that contributes to whatever the current ranker is in Seattle involving what they really think of Wilson and how much of the offense they're going to let him run. But that was a stunner to me as well. Both New York teams, congratulations. They got something that they can brag about. Their teams, they were so bad this year that they could give us wins over NFC West teams that would make it to the top of this list.
Well, they certainly played tough at the end of the year, both the New York teams. And the Giants, that was a shocker. Nobody saw that. They physically beat up the Seahawks, which was the shocker. Their defense played good. They ran the ball in the second half on them. All right. I'm not sure where to go with this one. I know. I think I am going to go the wild card game. I'm going to go Browns Steelers. Again, I know these are two playoff teams, so it's not a shocking upset. But it was the Steelers at home, and I think it was the look of the upset altogether. And the fact that, the Steelers, we expect them to win, And the Browns is the Browns, as Juju said, and all of that. You just thought, okay, the Steelers will find some way. This is their little stepbrother, and they'll find a way to beat them up. But then it's 28-0 before you even blink an eye. I mean, I think that's part of why it was such a shocking upset, too. It wasn't the fact that, hey, they beat them. It was the fact that we got into the second quarter, and we were like, this game's kind of over. This offense with Pittsburgh, they're not going to come back from this kind of deficit. So I think that was one of the shocking upsets of the year for me.
And Ben Roethlisberger over 500 passing yards, only the second time in postseason history a quarterback's had 500 or more yards in a game, and those quarterbacks are now 0-2. Tom Brady was the other one. Now, Tom Brady's were part of a game that was back and forth. This was Steelers are down 28-0, so it's throw all game long, which explains why Ben got to 500 yards. All right, I'm surprised you didn't go with this one. The only game in the regular season that the Chiefs lost that they tried to win, and that was to the Raiders. And they went that long stretch with no losses at all, and for the Raiders to go in there and do what they did, it's still, in hindsight, it just shows the only way you're going to beat the Chiefs is, well, no, the Bucs rewrote the script. Before Super Bowl 55, the only way to beat the Chiefs was outscore them. The Buccaneers have introduced a new wrinkle to that, which is, rush the passer relentlessly to the point where they hardly score any points.
Yeah, well, good luck. You got to have 4 awesome players in the defensive line for everybody to, emulate that one. So, the Bucs got a special damn team. But you're right. I know. I wasn't sure what to do there with picking that game. I almost picked that football game. All right, my last one. I think I'm going to go with the Eagles and Jalen Hurts beating the Saints, coming to town late in the football year. That was the shocker to me. You just thought, man, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, the way he throws the football, they're not going to beat this great New Orleans Saints team. And there they were, up 17-0 in the first half. That was one of the shockers of the year for me.
2 quick other ones on the way out. The Bengals over the Steelers on that Monday night game late in the year with Ryan Finley at quarterback. And in hindsight, all the way back in week 1, how did the Jaguars beat the Colts? How did they pull it off? We didn't realize it was an upset at the time.
Yeah, but it was.
By the end of the season, holy crap, the Jaguars beat the Colts.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.